the long-awaited JavaScript to start the second half of this course. So why don't we go ahead and make a new folder. I don't know what we'll call it. Let's just call it JavaScript for now. Sure, why not? So, quickly, index, and we won't even bother with a style. Let's just keep it simple. Let's use an index. Just our HTML file. So what even is JavaScript? Well, JavaScript is a programming language, unlike our HTML and CSS, which were markup languages. So when we work with JavaScript, we're actually giving instructions to our computer. We're giving our website brains. We're allowing it to think. We're allowing it to do things based on how the user is interacting with it. So our websites won't just look pretty now. They'll actually be functional and useful. How do you write JavaScript code? Well, a lot of our JavaScript code is going to go in between a pair of script tags. Now, it doesn't really matter where you put these script tags in your index file, your HTML file. Some people say it should go in the head. I like them at the end of the body. So here's my pair of body tags, or my body tags, yep. And here is where I can situate my script tag. So let's write our first JavaScript line of code. And it's going to be a popular one. It's going to be console.log, pair of empty brackets, but we'll put some quotations in there and we'll go hello world, because isn't that just a classic? Save your website, fire it up. That's not how you fire it up. Fire it up. Here is your website. Looks pretty boring, doesn't look too extravagant. But what I want to introduce you to is called the console. So if you press Control-Shift-J, so hold Control, Shift, and press J on your keyboard, up pops the console. And before we get too carried away, what I like to do is I like to press these little three dots, and I like to dock my console kind of on the bottom. Then it kind of mimics the console in Visual Studio for those who've done some C# programming. This console is kind of your insight into how your website is performing and if it is doing the things that you want it to do. So we can use this console to basically show us commands and eventually values and eventually game logic to make sure that our program works as intended. So the first JavaScript code we wrote was just a simple console log. Console log just means, hey, put this message in the console. And sure enough, when we fire up our website, we have hello world. You could add another message to your console if you really would like, and if you know how to type, unlike me. You could say here is a second message. Don't forget your semicolon after each line. And now my website will display not one message, but two messages. We can use the console to identify errors in our code. So let's say I spelled console wrong, and I tried to do this hello world thing. Doesn't look, unless you look really close, you might not see that. However, my console will pick up on it. And so this error can be read as, it tells you what is not defined. So it says the word console is not defined because your computer doesn't know what console means. But more importantly, it tells you the line that the error happens on. So you can actually double click that error and it will show you, hey, this line is not working for me. I don't know what you mean. You can go back to your console view if you'd like. You can check out line 15. So here's line 15. Hopefully you would look at this and be like, oh, okay, I forgot I spelled that wrong. So the console will be very useful moving forward. It's a way for us to decode our program and to make sure our website is working as it should.